Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Empowering Women Summit 2020 closing ceremony. We have today very important guests, as you see on the screen. We are going to start with IEEE Turkey section and then go on with our guests. Let me give the first word. My name is Kardem Yıkınarak'ta. Let me tell it first. I'm the vice chair of IEEE Turkey Women in Engineering Affinity Group. And let me give the word to Simay Akar, who is the IEEE Turkey section chair, Women in Engineering chair.
Okay.
So is Simay going to talk first or me?
Simay told me that he will, but Simay, your voice is closed.
Simay, you're on mute.
Open your voice.
You're still on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we can start with our section chair.
Okay. Let me then tell his name. Our section chair, Fatih Uğurday, is here today. Welcome. And I'm giving the word to him.
Thank you, Kardem. Hi, everybody. Welcome to you all. My name is Fatih Uğurday. I'm the chair of IEEE Turkey section, and I'm a professor at Özyeğin University in Istanbul. Turkey section is the proud host of this successful summit. I would like to first congratulate Simay Akar for this great event. She is the treasurer of our section besides her Women in Engineering chair position. I also would like to thank her team, Kardem. She's here and she's our host for this session, and Özge Nur. I would also like to thank our esteemed speakers here with us in this session, namely Bozena, Antonio, Takako, Jennifer, Ramalata, and our, last but not least, our president, IEEE President Toshio Fukuda. We are very lucky to have you all. We were also lucky to have around 40 speakers in this great event, grand scale event. I would like to thank them all. I also would like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about IEEE Turkey section, but before I do that, I really admire Simay. She's like more than one person. Sometimes I suspect if she has clones, because she's not only organizing this event and she's not only chairing our Women in Engineering group, she's also the treasurer of our section, but more importantly, she has like 9 ongoing roles within IEEE at the global, like in IEEE Global. And she was recently elected as IEEE MGA vice chair. So congratulations to you, Simay, and to your team. Like I said, I would like to say a few things about IEEE Turkey section. We have 2,000 members. To be exact, I think it was 1,947. I just checked today. And 25% of these are female. We have 19 fellows. We have approximately 800 regular members, 200 senior members, 650 student members, 300 graduate student members, and we have 14 chapters besides our Women in Engineering, Young Professional, Affinity Groups, and Site Group. We have 70 official student branches. Half of them have chapters, society chapters, and we have a team of 17 officers. So I would like to thank you for all being here, the audience especially, and our esteemed speakers. So back to you, Kardem.
Thank you very much. Now I'm giving the word to Simay Akar, who is our vice chair, who is our chair of the IEEE Turkey Women in Engineering and also the treasurer of the IEEE Turkey section.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm not unmuted anymore. Thank you so much for being here. Well, it is such an honor to have IEEE leaders like you here in this closing ceremony. And this is Empowering Women Summit. We hosted virtual from 8th of December till today, 17th of December, as online. We have really great schedule. We had really great schedule, and we really believe this is in this kind of organizations, that when we gather with our network, with our IEEE family all around the world, so we're actually creating impact together. So that's why actually we are here today. And as you all highlighted, you are so respected IEEE leaders, not with just one role or position. So you're the one are the change makers. You're the one actually leading this organization with different roles and initiatives. And you're role model for many of IEEE volunteers all around. And thanks to you and your efforts, we contribute to many other things. So and I had opportunity. Well, actually, I had the privilege working with many of you throughout these years. And thank you, Fatih Urda, our section chair, for your kind words and introduction. And I would like to give credit to IEEE Turkey Women Engineering team, who worked a lot and hard behind of this initiative. And this is an honor for us to host the IEEE leaders in this closing ceremony. And I had that privilege working with many of you throughout those years, as I said. And one correction, I'm going to be the vice chair of the Region 8 student activities under Antonio's leadership in upcoming year in 2021. So that is a really honor to have that, to serve that position too. And over the years with Women in Engineering, chairs, leaders of past years. So an upcoming year, we have Jennifer, Takako, Bojana, and Ramalata. So you change our life a lot in my story. So you have a lot of inspiration and impact. And we have our IEEE leader, president and CEO Toshio. Who really changed many people's lives, entire his life. And it was such an honor to work under his leadership this year in 2020. And we have a lot of things to learn from all of you. And thank you. So I would like to highlight some numbers from this Empowering Women Summit 2020. So as Turkey section affinity group, so first time we hosted it, but it was virtual due to the conditions on 2020. But we also took advantage of being virtual. Actually, we reached out whole family all around the world, IEEE family and their followers. It's not just only members, also our friends network, also in the women engineering sections and affinity groups. So we hosted already 23 essential sessions, and it has been almost 2 weeks, but we hosted 7 full day schedule, and we had 47 prestigious keynote speakers and 5 virtual networking sessions. Most of the sessions were live streamed on IEEE Turkey Women Engineering YouTube channel, but 5 virtual networking events were virtually in person. So we had opportunity to interact, and we addressed different themes that I'm going to mention. So I would like to just thank everyone who has been in the summit. So we also in the opening ceremony, we had really great leaders like you. We started at 8th of December. And later on in the first networking event, we met at the welcome reception. And the second day, December 9th, we were together with Sertaç Akar, John McDonald's, and Hülya Kırkıcı. And the same day, on 9th of December, we collaborated with Young Professionals Turkey Affinity Group and hosted a reception and had a special guest, Emre Ayrancı, who is going to be the next MGA 2021 Chair of Young Professionals. And 9th of December, we had the opportunity to listen Nita Patel and Ken Stauffer, who is the chair of IEEE Entrepreneurship Initiative. And this session was very impactful for us. This is the only Turkish session, and actually it was a networking event. So it was the Human Rights Day meetup. So we met with other women NGOs in Turkey. We also collaborate them. And actually there are stakeholders. So we addressed the human rights and met again at the networking e-reception online. And 11th of December, we were with Brian Humphrey and also Margaret Erickson. And December 13, Humanitarian Activities 2021 Global Chair, Sampat, and also we had Hervé Tunga. And Tuesday, December 15, so we had the opportunity to meet Maria Alexandra Paun and Shirin Tekinay, Başak Yüksel, and Gökçe Phillips. Following these 4 sessions, we met at another networking event. It was Women in Engineering Section Affinity Groups e-reception. So we basically created an open call for all the section group affinity groups. So they had the opportunity to present and network and share knowledge between each other at this reception. December 17, yesterday, December 16. So Supavodi Arambit, Larissa Moose, and Jennifer Castillo and Katie Giori was together with us. And later on, we met at this networking reception, IEEE Technical Activities Society and Societies as the last networking event of the summit. So we addressed also the technical society issues and also representatives of some societies in Turkey and the global level presented at this reception. And today is very sadly, but not last, because we will have a lot of opportunities to meet in different organizational units of IEEE, and in IEEE Turkey, Women Engineering will keep up the good work. But the last day of this event, so before the session, John Hoffman, IEEE Young Professionals Partner Society Young Professionals Chair, and Sarah Barros, and who is going to be also IEEE Region 8 Vice Chair of Membership Activities, and also Mercy Chalangat, who is the Region 8 representative of Women in Power, presented before the session. And that is a huge honor to have you all here in this closing ceremony. I would like to thank also the team members. IEEE Turkey Women Engineering activities will continue online at ET Talks and maybe next year as an Empowering Women Summit. So this was the first but not last Empowering Women Summit in 2021 will be planned for next year, and e-learning ports, so which is another opportunity for our members to learn, grow, and get certified. So lastly, I would like to thank members, and team members of IEEE Women Engineering Turkey, Kardan Büyüksanır Aktar, who is moderating this session, and Özge Nur Sevgili, Turkey Section Women Engineering Affinity Group Treasurer. So floor is yours, Kardan. We can start this closing ceremony and hear from our leaders.
Thank you, Simay. We are going to start with very important guest today. It was such an honor to have you here, Tashiya Fukunda. He is 2020 IEEE President and CEO. Let me give the word to you and listen to you.
May I start?
Okay. Yes, we are hearing you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, where you are in the world. Thank you very much for invitation. Aga-san and all leaders of the women in engineering in IEEE. So I'm very happy to join you today. I'm Toshi Fukuda. I'm a really pleasure of serving as 2020 I2P President and CEO. Uh, and I'm a I2P Life Fellow. I've been member of all I2P over 40 years. I'm honored to be a first I2P president from Asia Pacific region. I'm sorry. I really wanted to join you in person, but today, because of such a kind of difficult time, we cannot do that. But I think you did a good job since this December 8th. So I'm very happy to join you today at the last moment as such a kind of closing ceremony. I'd like to share my warmest regard to all our members and all of the participant I2P Turkey section Women's in Engineering Empowering Women Summit. I hope everyone is doing well and staying healthy during these difficult times. This global health crisis is a unique challenge that has impacted many members of I2P family. I'd like to thank everyone, members, volunteers, and professional staff for your understanding, flexibility, and strength in these trying times. It is very, very impressive to see our communities working together to support I2P and to continue to support our members throughout this pandemic. I applaud all the organ committee members for their hard work and dedication in making this year's summit so successful as an online virtual event. Our international membership is the heart of I2P, and I have always been interested in exploring new opportunities to leverage technology to empower us to collaborate, communicate, and connect both globally and local level. It's also important for I2P to engage diverse audience to attract and retain new members. Today, young professionals, students, women, entrepreneurs, and engineers and technologists working across a wide range of industry are all looking for the new ways to engage with I2P through networking and special learning opportunities. I would also encourage all our members to join Technical Society. Being a member of I2P technical community deepens your engagement with I2P. Members who are both engaged locally and involved with the technological society have greater affinity for I2P and often enjoy their membership much more. Out of this environment, I2P membership become even more valuable. I2P is unique in that our members create so much of organization value. Whether they are writing papers, editing journals, building curriculum, chairing online conferences, meetings, deepening standards, promoting educations, or meeting policymakers in capital around the world at volunteers, members do it all. Our engaged and inspired members makes I2P a unique, respected voice. I2P as an institute is centered on our members who create value of I2P, guide the organization direction, and allow I2P to have such strong impact on the world. Our strength is our unity. We are at our best when we have active collaboration, communication, and cooperation among all of our unit, whether it be board, society, section, or region, or chapters. In this year of unprecedented challenge and uncertainty, I've had a remarkable opportunity to witness I2P mission advancing technology for the benefit of humanity in action by members who are making significant improvements throughout society. That, in my opinion, is one of the primary benefits of being part of global community such as I2P. Together, as members have changed our world, and we will continue to do so every day. A future of promise and possibility lies ahead of for I2P. we need to continue to work together to build that future. I would like to thank you all for inviting me to join you at this closing ceremony. Congratulations on your successful and innovative summit. Stay safe and well. Keep contact. Thank you very much for your invitation.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for your talk, and thank you very much for being here. It was such an honor that I said before. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Antonio Luke. Welcome. He is 2020-2021 IEEE Regionate Director. Let me give the word to him.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Kadan. Thank you all for your kind invitation. It's my honor to be here. I want to start by congratulating you and the rest of your team for the amazing program that you arranged for this summit. It was really impressive to see the number and the quality of the speakers that you have. So congratulations for that. And as has been said before, I hope this is not the last opportunity that we'll have, and in coming years we will have even more of this type of events. Today, I would like to talk a little bit. Let me share my screen. Yeah, like this. I would like to talk a little bit about IEEE activities in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, which is this part of the world where we are located, and of course, focusing more in the activities related to empowering women in general. So I will talk about this. And then in IEEE, instead of this long name, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, we typically use a shorter name for this part of the world, which is Region 8. And there is a reason why we use this number 8 for this part of the world, which is a kind of historic reason. So I would like to start by talking a little bit about history. As we know, the origins of IEEE lie on two previous organizations based on the US, the American Institute for Electrical Engineering, and the Institute of Radio Engineers, that were founded like more than 100 years ago. Then they merged to form the IEEE in the 1960s, but before that, some sections were created in different parts of this, in this part of the world, that was called at that time IRE Region 9. So some of the sections that we have there are even older than IEEE. Then in 1963, the IEEE was created, like you can see here in the right part of the screen. But even before that, the then called Region 9 had its first committee meeting on 6 June 1962, and then the second one October of the same year, before the what we call now Region 8 was created. Few years later, Turkey section, which is another milestone here, was founded in August 1989, and then a number of other sections are also existing in what we call Region 8. And it's an honor for us to say that in March 21, in a few months, we will be celebrating our 116th committee meeting, which is a lot of committee meetings, and we are proud that we have walked this long way. So the borders and the boundaries of the region changed a little bit in the past. So we have like an old map here showing part of Europe and Northern Africa. Then the region was expanded to cover Russia and part of Asia. And then we have the current division of the world in regions, and we are here, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And our Region 8 has 17 different time zones, so it's really challenging to be synchronized with all the great volunteers that we have throughout the region. And it's a pleasure to become the director of this huge and diverse region next year, in a couple of weeks. So not to talk about the past, but to talk about the present, here's the current numbers of Region 8. We have almost 70,000 members right now. These are very updated numbers. Of these members, around 74% are male, 13% are female. The rest we don't know, but you can have an idea of the proportion here, right? And of course, we have women in engineering affinity groups, and I took the time of finding the largest ones. The four largest ones you can see on the top right part of the screen. Tunisia is the largest one, and Turkey is the second one. So this is something, a reason to be proud. And this is surely due to the amount of work and the quality of work that you do here in Turkey. But I would also like to show other numbers about members in the region and the distribution by gender, so that we can have a better idea. So here, this is the count by grade and gender, and the different IEEE grades, and you can see that 28% of our student members are female. These are marked in orange in the graph. Then 16% of graduate student members are female. Then only 10% of members, only 8.6% of senior members, and only 6.7% of the fellows in Region 8. So even if I believe we are doing things good, some things that we are doing more or less well, this to me clearly shows that we need to do even more and we need to improve. Probably there must be reasons that this is happening, and we need to look at these reasons, and we need to change the situation so that probably the proportion should be different from this, and I believe that we all agree. So this is something that we need to look into, and I will show in a few minutes, I will show a number of initiatives or things that can be done or that are actually being done now to change this. But I want you to remember these numbers here, especially the trend in the number when the grades, the membership grades, are going higher and higher. So in order to try to overcome these and give more opportunities to female members to go to higher grades, we have what we call Region 8 Women in Engineering, which is the committee equivalent to the Turkey Women in Engineering Affinity Group. And they have a number of objectives there, or goals there. And these are the goals that they set for the last year. I will not read all of them, but they, of course, try to collaborate with the affinity groups in the sections to make them active, vibrant, vital. They have an awards program, and I will talk a little bit about that later, an awards program to recognize typically female members that are doing great, that are a leading example, and that needs to be recognized. Of course, increase the women in engineering membership in Region 8, identify women which are leaders in our fields of interest, and create programs to encourage these leaders and use them as role model for other people who might want to follow their path, and encourage conferences happening in the region, but everywhere in IEEE, to have women as organizing members, scientific members, plenary speakers, distinguished speakers, and so on. And here we have a picture of something that happened in Uganda. This is the Uganda Women in Engineering Affinity Group, and they were embarked in a few projects related to all this. This group did a lot of things in 2020, even with the challenging year that we had. But they managed to have the first yearly meeting with all the chairs of the affinity groups that happened in May. They participated in a number of seminars in the IEEE Connecting Experts program, and they delivered sections like in the impact of pandemics on the power grid, analysis of medical devices by key volunteers in the committee. They try to find even more members and promote them achieving higher grades. And they also participated in what we call the IEEE We Leaders Dialogue of Region 8, also in May. So there were a lot of activities, and there are a few more, and they managed very successfully to keep the momentum when everything went to virtual a few months ago. Some of the things that happened in the region, one of them was the Women in Engineering ILS in Uganda. That was, of course, at the beginning planned to be face-to-face, but at the end, of course, had to be moved to virtual. And I know that some of you participated here. So I wasn't there, but I believe it was a great success. So here we have some of the promotional material, and this is the program. I will not read all the names here, but many of them should be familiar to you. I can see Simai here and many other recognized leaders. So they, during these few days of the program, they also managed to have a great number of good speakers and that deliver interesting talks. And there was another ILS programmed in the region, which was to be happening in Genoa, in Italy, in July. I think it was in December. So they managed to have something virtual 2 days ago. So I don't know the exact outcome, But they are also planning to have a face-to-face ILS in July 21. So you keep these dates on your agenda and try to, if possible, attend this next program or next event next year. These are some of the speakers that attended virtually. Of course, these things will happen again in the future. We don't know if they will happen virtually or in face-to-face. Jen will be able to talk much more about this, but I would like to encourage everyone to apply, to try to organize something like this in Regionate, if possible. Do things which are interesting, which will be useful for members, do something that will inspire them, that will empower them. And this is, it's something that we will continue doing in one way or another as the pandemic situation allows us. And of course, you can count with the full support of the Regionate. So other thing that happened is that this WE committee in Regionate, they selected a number of awards. And here I summarized 4 of them that were delivered 1 month ago. The Student Affinity Group of the Year Award went to Balıkesir University in Turkey. Another one went to Bacon University, also in Turkey. The Section Volunteer Award went to Bodor in Tunisia section, and the Student Volunteer Award went to Anil Sangli, also in Turkey. So the Turkey section got 3 of these 4 awards, and this is, again, something to be really proud of. So I want to congratulate you all for that. The most important award, individual award, that is given to women in engineering in Regionate is called the Clementina Sadu Award. This year, Professor Hagit Messer Yaron from Tel Aviv University in Israel was awarded for her standing personal and career achievements, and especially for the support and inspiration to women in the profession. And this is something that we'll also need to acknowledge and be very proud of. And I will also request you to nominate your colleagues, nominate your friends or yourselves to the next edition of this Clementina Sadu Award, which is a great recognition, and we will be happy to have more submissions coming from Turkey and from other places in Regionate. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you today is diversity and inclusion. It's, of course, related to empowering women, but not only to that. And we in Regionate, we commit to advancing diversity in this technical profession. This thing that you can see on the left-hand side is the IEEE commitment to diversity and inclusion, and we are in Regionate, we are fully committed to follow that and promoting an inclusive and equitable culture that welcomes everybody. This year, in 2021, we will have a new committee specifically devoted to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the task will be to develop and recommend mechanisms to improve this diversity and inclusion in the region, but also in each of the sections that compose the region, and also define, track, and publish these diversity metrics, new initiatives, and best practice that focus on diversity. As I mentioned, not only gender diversity, but other types of diversity like geographical, cultural, and so on. It's something that we are very proud to have in Regionate, but maybe sometimes we can do something slightly better. So that's why we will focus on this during the next year. And I believe this is a really important topic that we will have. So with my last words, what I would like to do is to invite you to participate in this, either within this committee or in other initiatives that happen in the regions, because you are needed to make IEEE in general and Regionate this part of the world even more diverse, even more inclusive, and welcoming to everyone. So this is what I will ask you to do, to volunteer for this. And of course, we will be happy to help if that's okay. And with that, thank you again for inviting me and allowing me to speak to you. And I return the floor to Greta.
Thank you very much, Antonio. Being here and or your thoughts or your work in Regionate and will be. Our next guest is a wonderful leader, Jennifer Castillo, who is the 2021 IEEE Women in Engineering Committee Chair. We had listened to her yesterday, and we want to listen to her now.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Simai. Thank you, Fatih, for making this happen, for the invitation. before I start my quick presentation, I want to first of all thank the volunteers that make this event happen. IEEE would not be what it is without the volunteers, and I always try to pay some respect before anything else to you all, because you are a key part of our institute, and you need to know that you are important within the institute. So with this being said, I mean, every time that I hear Toshio-san and I am sure that with Takako Boshena, Ramalata will happen the same. I always learn something, and I'm glad about something. And listening today to Antonio talking about the Diversity and Inclusion Committee was so rewarding. Gracias, Antonio. We really appreciate this happening. Okay, let me share my screen. Please let me know whenever you can see it.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am having some issues with my presentation, but let's see if I can make it work. Okay, so first of all, I would like to start with, my computer is going a little crazy. You bear with me, please. Let's talk about a little bit what we did this year. I think that we, in the WIE committee, we all can agree that Lisa has been a tremendous leader. She has come with this energy, with these new things that we needed to do, and also trying to break many paradigms. And I really think it is important for us and has been very inspiring. To begin with, we're promoting a pledge in the different organizational units of IEEE. I will read the pledge very quickly, and is our pledge first, just inviting other organizational units to jump in. It is IEEE WIE pledges to work towards gender diversified panels at all IEEE meeting, conferences, and events, including our own. So our idea is to support the IEEE WIE inclusion of a diverse set of speakers. And at the end, and yesterday I was discussing this in my presentation about diverse teams. When you have a diverse team, when you have a diverse panel, when you have a diverse set of speakers, you are bringing all the talents and all the specific skills that people from different genders, race, religions, and whatever differences that are as a humankind can have. And I made this example of Mulan. Mulan was the girl, she was in the army, and she had to be a guy to be in the army, and yet she had the chi. And if they didn't include Mulan, then the team wouldn't have the chi. And that's something very important. We have been working tirelessly in a membership drive, and this is to promote the senior membership elevation in IEEE of women, of course, and with the support of women and men, as always. And it's been tremendous. And what we want to do is this really helps and set the path for women to apply to leadership position in a future. For example, if you want to apply to be a region coordinator, a region director, you do need to be a senior member. And many times the people has the qualities and they just do not go for it. They just need a little push to get to this next step in their careers. Now we have 5 best practices that we have shared with the organizational units, whether they are societies or regions. And in this case, for example, and this is why I was so glad to hear to Antonio, the first one is to actually have permanent committees on diversity, inclusion, equity. Is so important because many times we all think that we are doing our best, and that since we don't have maybe biases or we understand that we don't have them, maybe we can do things a little bit better, and another set of eyes are going to help us to make it happen. Or also to have, for example, a diversity and inclusion chair in each committee, to have special events in the flagship conferences in the different organizational units, maybe to keep a track to see how are all these efforts coming into a great result by having a track of or a database of the underrepresented groups in our organizational unit, and of course to adopt the WIE pledge. We did an assessment of the affinity groups globally with a survey, and we tried to understand not only what the members need, but also what the volunteers need. And I circle back this to my initial comment. It is so important for us, for the members, for the volunteers to be heard, to be acknowledged, to know that we see you and we're here is to support you. Being a chair, I've always said that more than something you add to your signature, is a huge commitment with the membership and the volunteers, and we're here to serve. And for that, we need to know what you need. We also included in our website some case of studies where you will see, and later Ramlata will participate a little bit here, and you will see some great initiatives around the world. For example, the Returning Mothers conferences that she runs in India is an amazing event. I really think is something we need to replicate everywhere. Or the ET talks that WIE Turkey did just when the pandemic attacked, and they were so refreshing, so good to be part of them and to hear them. And of course, we had to move the ILC, our International Leadership Conferences, to virtual, as well as the ILS. So basically, what will happen next year is the ILSs that were chosen for the 2020, they will have the opportunity to do it again next year, but in person, if everything runs well, and Pfizer, Moderna, and all the different vaccines manufacturers help us with all these, control this pandemic. But yeah, this is coming. I'm sure that this is going to go crazy again. Okay. Now, what happened for 2021, and I don't want to extend very much, we have five, not specific, but primary focus we want to go for. Again, affinity groups. At the end of the day, the affinity groups are, we can have a lot of benefits, but you are the ones that actually make them available to your communities, and you make the members aware of those benefits. So that's so important for us. The regional committees, I would love to see all the regions moving from a regional, for example, coordinator that sometimes is more like a link between two organizational units, to a regional committee with a structure, with membership developing, with all the structure of the different committees in the organizational units, because at the end it is going to make the groups work better, or the region work better. You will be nurturing future talents and volunteers for your region and for WIE, and I think that's as good as it gets. We have a lot of focus on women in industry. I am from industry. I am one of those that really think we need to keep focusing on that. IEEE has been doing a lot of efforts to be able to promote benefits for the members in industry, and we do have to do the same with women in industry. The flagship events, just like what we mentioned, the best practices, I'm not going to talk about that again. And TAP, I think that at the end, IEEE, many members are here for the technical information and to be able to enrich their career with our technical information. So we need to keep supporting that. And for that, we need to work on joint activities with TAP through our liaisons. With this being said, thank you very much again for being IEEE members, for being volunteers. I hope this information was useful for you all. And thank you for the invitation to this meeting.
Thank you for being here, Jennifer. Thank you for your plans, and we hope to see them this year. And also, I would like to go on with another woman leader, Bozena Pasik Duncan. who was the chair of IEEE Women in Engineering Committee in 2018, 17 and 2018. I'm giving the word to you. Your voice is closed, Bozena. Can you please open it?
Okay, now you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It's so nice to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me, and special thanks goes to Simei. When I listen about your accomplishments, when I listen about and I know about how you can speak, what you can bring as new, if you can stand as a role model. Look, 3 awards out of 4 go to Turkey section. This speaks out very, so congratulations. And I am speechless almost. What can I bring? I can bring some experience. I have to tell you, I did some mathematics, and it turns out that I've been continuously on IEEE Women in Engineering for at least 15 years, because I found certificate, thank you, for 2006. Mary Ellen was saying, thank you for my service. First, I enter as a representative of the society. Control System Society is my home, although I am member of 10 technical societies in IEEE. IEEE is part of me. So I am a mathematician by education, Polish mathematician, who spent half of life in Poland, half of life in the United States. I follow a man, and I have a daughter, so we form like little community. 3 of us we form. And my husband was like almost 60 years probably member of IEEE HKN. I became 2 years ago, because Ramalata was so thoughtful, nominated me. And today my daughter will join HKN. Now, can you imagine? It's just an absolutely amazing family story. So like really like absolutely community. Each of us, we do every different things, but we implement each other. So I wanted to say when I became chair of the committee, I was not familiar with affinity groups. I came directly like from technical societies, and it was sort of like, you have to feel that, my gosh, you have so much to learn from others, and you come focus on those technicality and so on. But my passion is interdisciplinary research. I do control, I love what I'm doing, and it's interdisciplinary research. I was pleased one of our members, IEEE Women in Engineering members, her name is Dawn Tilbury. She is the director of the entire engineering directorate at National Science Foundation. And she, in her speech, she recently said, because they talk about convergence, research convergence, that interdisciplinary, they take both interdisciplinary. And she said very nicely, IEEE and our president probably agrees, that it's not just engineers, it's science and engineering. I like that, science and engineering, because then it becomes very inclusive. And she said, science is stronger when science works together. Science is stronger when science works together. I love that. This is my almost like signature. And I wanted to share with you also my favorite talk that I'm giving around is STEM education of tomorrow. And I'm giving that kind of talk in the mathematical community and also engineering community. I am at University of Kansas, professor of mathematics, but courtesy professor almost of every engineering department. So I wanted to say I graduated, people, almost 70 students graduated from supervision under me. And I, from advisor, mentor, I became sponsor. I love being sponsor. I love being sponsor for each of you. I love that because, it's another dimension, another way to help, to assist. And so all those my students are in touch. And I, as a sponsor, I can be in such a situation like my student is looking for new job. They contact me, industry company contacts me, and Friday evening, and they say, we have 18 questions to you. Friday evening, 18 questions. I was brave enough to say, no, I won't answer your 18 questions, but you have to trust me. Either you will hire Shane at the level of the highest level possible, or just forget it and let us not discuss anything. If you will hire him, you will want to hire me in 5 years. I was joking. So he got the same day, Friday evening, he got the offer of vice president as the first offer. So I'm saying to you the way how you can help and to empowering, I will say from my perspective, I will say that it's extremely important to be engaged in continuing education, I call that. But what I mean by that is updating skills, updating knowledge, what is going on in your area of research. And like another student, by the way, Turkish student, who already is a tenure associate professor at university, she decided to move to industry for very simple reason. Her husband worked for industry and his salary was significantly larger than hers. So she says, why not? I have 2 children. Why not? She moved, and I listened to her career talk just a moment almost ago, and she enthusiastically went for another degree in networks and so on, whatever that company needed, and she is happy. So I wanted to say that you don't need to be stuck. There is that kind of be open-minded for opportunities, because now opportunities for engineers are huge. Another of that student that I mentioned, Shane, he just added to engineering masters in economics, and he's now owner of hedge fund, successful hedge fund in New York company. So anyway, you have opportunities. I like to say that engineering is a field that spans all STEM fields. So with those opportunities, you don't need to be. You can move from one to another, and you can offer your skills, passion, enthusiasm. And speaking about diversity, let me bring from the last almost day information that Control System Society became so proactive that they are in the process, they will have vice president for diversity, development, and outreach. Diversity, outreach, and development. And it will be like CSS fund. So they will fund scholarships, whatever, a lot opportunities. So with the diversity, Jan, that you promote and you promote so much, is absolutely people, again, take opportunity, and you can have different versions, different entries, different ways of promoting and making awareness to everyone. And finally, let me say that I wish that everyone at every level will take test of implicit bias. And I took tests, and you would never believe I was surprised with results. So, it's excellent for awards. You were talking about awards. It's excellent that every member of award committee will take such a test. And I will recommend the book that I listened to the author, The Power of Perception, Sean Anders, and she's speaking about that implicit bias and all kinds of. So to conclude, congratulations to Turkey, congratulations to women in engineering, and continuity is extremely important. I was lucky. I had Nita Patel, you mentioned her name today, who did take care of transition beautifully, and then Takako, who assisted me almost regularly through all my entire. So I was lucky. I have all, and Ramalata, and Jennifer will do. She's so ready. She will do great job. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dana, for your recommendations and such an inspirational family of yours, all volunteers. Now I would like to go on with Takako Hashimoto, another IEEE chairs, IEEE Women in Engineering Committee chairs in 2015 and 2016. And she is also the Region 8 Secretary, as I know, IEEE Region 8 Secretary. I'm giving Region 10 Secretary, I'm sorry. I'm giving the word to you right now.
Thank you so much for kind introduction. First of all, I would like to congratulate Shmai and Carden for organizing this great event. Thank you so much for this really great opportunity to be united. And I really appreciate the Turkey section, the support, right? Thank you so much for your support. So we really appreciate your kind effort and understanding. And Antonio, as a Region 8 Director, so thank you so much. We really appreciate. So happy to work together. Okay, so I want to show my presentation. Okay, I also share screen. Okay. Oh. So okay. So today, can you see me?
Yes.
See my
Yes.
screen? Yeah, thank you. So I wanna today I would like to talk about a quite brief talk and how we can survive as female engineer. So and this is I would like to skip this slide, just self introduction. But I would like to say so last year I could receive the IEEE MGA Lalique Wilson Transnational Award, and actually, and Shimai was my nominator, and Vajana was my endorser. So thanks to their support, I was able to get this prestigious award. So this is one of the examples of WI network, I think. Okay, thank you. And this is and I wanna introduce the data survey. This survey conducted by the Nomura Research Institute, Japan. So this data shows we took on the burden during the COVID-19. So the left graph shows the time spent daily on housework and childcare during the COVID-19 in Japan. And you can see there are 27% of people. So they said, they said that the increased by 2 hours or more due to COVID-19 pandemic. And 42% of people, they said, so increased the time. So maybe 1 hour or more, and so on and so on. So in this means that there are 2 in 3 respondents felt a greater burden due to corona pandemic. And this right figure showed how respondents dealt with increased housework and childcare. And this yellow bar shows women, and the green bar shows men. And actually, among women, 78% reduced their amount of free time, and 31% uh, they cut back their time spent on daily life activities like bathing and sleeping. So these are female women data. And in comparison, this green bar shows men's data, and 25% of men reduce their daily life and activities. Uh, and only 47% of men cut back on free time. So, and the men were relatively able to make more time uh, was through reduced work-related hours due to changes in their job situation, such as the shift of working from home. This data, and with 44% of men saying this was the case, but only 9% of women. So actually, this data shows that women are facing a more difficult situation than men due to COVID-19. So we actually took on the burden during COVID-19 and the corona crisis. So therefore, we have to survive in this difficult situation. So, but I believe we are able to survive because we are engineers. So we have the challenging and interesting work as engineer, and actually the ICT makes us work from home. So thanks to ICT, so we can actually work from home, and it is not difficult, easier compared to the other traditional work. And in ICT field, I believe so relatively less gender difference. So we have a lot of the friends, guys. They really understand our situation and want to support us. So I believe compared to the traditional field, so ICT field for computer science and STEM field, so there are relatively less gender difference. And I believe that it is not difficult to return from leave, for example, maternity leave as an engineer. So actually, I took the parental leave and other short-term work when I raised the children. But anyway, so we always have to learn new skills, new technology. So I think so. Therefore, we can always start again. So not easy to start again. So because we are always studying. So therefore, I think the ICT field has a lot of opportunity to restart our career development. And thanks to IEEE or anyway STEM field, so we can collaborate with a lot of friends all over the world. This is a really great opportunity to work together with people all over the world, global network. So ICT provides a global network to us. And also, we can find the people who gave us opportunities, such as the Toshi Sensei, Fukuda Sensei, and Fight, and other Antonio, I think, and also Bojana, and other a lot of seniors. We can see, and they want to give us opportunities, really great opportunities. Therefore, I believe we are able to survive because we are engineers. And actually, there are to survive as engineer, so and a female engineer, we need to find role models, and we need find mentors, and we need find good supporters, and we need find friends, and establish good network. And I definitely believe so women in engineering help us. So they provide these role models, mentors, and supported friends. So by women engineering, you can find really good supporters and role models, mentors, friends to develop your career. So therefore, I think WIE's activities are really valuable and help us to survive in this difficult situation. So, and therefore, I want to say, so let's challenge to change the world together. So, engineer is a really good work, and so to develop our career. So, globally, IEEE definitely support us. So, let's work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Takako.
Thank you.
And our last speaker is Ramalata Marimutu. She was the chair of IEEE Women in Engineering Committee in 2011 and 2012. I'm giving word to you.
Thank you, Karen. I would like to thank Simai, Karen, Antonio, and Fatih for having me here. And this is a very good opportunity for me to meet all my friends there. So thank you so much. Can I share my screen?
Yes.
I'm not sharing my screen, right?
You are sharing right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I wasn't able to see. Okay.
You will not be able to see this platform once you share your presentation.
Yeah. We just see my presentation. So our presentation.
Oh, you are able to see that. Okay,
Yes.
then. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you so much again. And today I just wanted to talk to the women engineers who are there in the Women Empowering Summit about how to make the empowerment as a reality. We have dreams in our life, and those dreams are of something for each and every person, but always finally, what do you dream of? It is something called success, and everybody thinks it looks like this. It's a straight way to go as from the bottom to the top, but in reality it is not so. The success always take complicated path, and of course every step of the way you can call it as a success, but at the same time, to reach your objective, that may take a long time. And for this, unless otherwise you know exactly what you are and your strengths are and what your environment is, it is impossible. And I feel that the self motivation is the best one to make yourself know about you. And I have a very bad habit of creating my own environment wherever I go. And I believe that it has actually helped me in every step of the way. And being an educator for 33 years, I have seen all kinds of students and all kinds of universities. I was in government for nearly 8 years. And after that, I have switched over to a different scenario like rural, urban, women only, and co-education, all those. And wherever I go, I used to create my own environment, and it has been possible only because of my ability to self-motivate myself. The first plan for you to do about self-motivation is first find out whether you are able to find your strengths. And if you're able to find your strengths and build on it, that is the best way to bring yourself up towards the path of success. If you're not able to find your strength, at least find somebody strong enough to stand behind you, support you, help you, and those people will be the mentors, role models, supporters Takako was talking about. So find somebody strong enough. And naturally, having a role model and mentor behind ourselves means that we should also be able to give back. And for this, you need a resourceful team. For example, I will tell you, I'm running an international talent show called SS12. And just now we completed the Women in Engineering ILS, International Leadership Summit. And these two have been a grand success, I would say. And without a resourceful team, it would not have been possible. The team has to think on their toes and they have to anticipate your moves and execute it. And building that kind of team takes a lot of time. For that, you also need to have empathy towards your people, mentor them, be a role model for them, and help them grow. With the help of that resourceful team, it is always possible for you to serve the community. And these are some of the examples of what we have been doing towards the community service. We have been doing literacy, computer literacy. Then we have been doing women entrepreneurship, not only for women, but also for rural people. So here you can see that we have done something towards building up a smokeless chula for the rural people and bringing clean water where the water is filthy and it is impossible for them to find clean water. We have intervened, took a sample, checked it in our biotechnology lab, and did a project on it with the help of my students. And finally, we're able to find a filter with the help of with the ingredients of moringa seeds. So, and we have brought electricity to tribal villages. All these things have been possible because of the resourceful team and mentor. You can see that the team is there, a mentor is there, and we were able to pull off all these projects only because we have been nurturing both the sides. It should also be possible for you to take new responsibilities if you are going to empower yourself. Being empowered means being self-motivated. Being self-motivated means you are ready to take up responsibilities. And these responsibilities will not be handed over to you always. You should be able to nurture it. You should be able to think of an idea, bring it out, explain to the people, and finally make it work. Bozanna knows she has been my advisor, my mentor for nearly 5 years in this SS12. This is youth endeavors on social innovations through science and technology. We started it in 2016, full-fledged, though we had it in 2013 with only 2 countries participating. And from 2016 onwards, we have been doing it. Now it has grown to 5 tracks, 30 countries, 600 participants, 200 projects, and of course, partners from all over the world. We have the Rotary Club, we have the World Bank B Power Project as our partners, and of course, IEEE. So this responsibilities are not forced on you. You should be able to take up the new responsibilities and nurture it. And the motivation always gives you a better outcome if you are able to take up those new responsibilities and do it with your full heart. I was able to find out my teams, my heartfelt friends, and I was able to do so many programs for the different different kind of people, not only women. Everybody knows about the Returning Mothers program and the Women Leadership Summit I introduced in 2015. And all these programs have been for empowering women, but it has been a wonderful journey, though it has also been a painful journey in some of the areas. Like in returning mothers, I have been struggling to find the people who want to actually return to work, though we reach out to the women and try to make them understand why sustain a career is important for them. Many of them drop out, and especially in India, it is a real challenge finding women who want to come back. But we are slowly making progress. I'm very happy about it. And it is only because I have been empowered by my friends. I have been empowered with my partners everywhere. For example, IEEE Computer Society, IEEE Women in Engineering, and the World Bank have taken so much of interest in the returning mothers. And right now, it is going on full-fledged. And of course, it is necessary for you to celebrate your team and celebrate yourself. Whatever you are doing, you should have a positive outlook on you. You are an action hero and you are creating action heroes. And these action heroes are to be celebrated. Like my grandson says, I'm a superhero. So the child has a very simple way of self-motivating himself. Similar to that, we also should self-motivate ourselves. We should celebrate ourselves. And without that celebration, it is impossible for you to bring out the best choice. Always we have two choices. Every day you think about the two choices, whether you can go positively or negatively, and we always choose positive. But sustaining that positivity is very important for the whole day, and that creates your attitude. And attitude is very, very important if you want to become empowered and if you want to become a leader. There will be so many setbacks. See, when you feel that nobody loves you, nobody cares for you, everyone is ignoring you, people are jealous of you, you should not think, oh my God, why should I live? You should really ask yourself, am I too sexy? That's why people don't like me? Thank you so much. I believe that I have given a glimpse of what I'm doing for empowering myself. Hello?
Thank you very much, Ramalata.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations to Jan. Can you imagine? I mentioned about IEEE HKN, and she. You hear me? Can you hear me? I wanted to congratulate Jan. I mentioned about, HKN. Jan will be today inducted to HKN. This is such a great honor. Congratulations.
Great, great.
Thank you, Bushina.
Thank you all. Thank you all of our speakers. Our speakers words are ended, but I want to take some closing remarks from our IEEE Turkey section chair, Fatih Urda.
Thank you, Kardan. Thank you, Simay. Thank you, Toshio. Thank you, everybody. I mean, this is amazing. I think this is the biggest event I've been part of since I've become Turkey section chair. And I can only imagine how much effort it requires. Simay, Kardan, and tell also Özge that I congratulate her. So hopefully we've been an inspiration to young engineers, especially women engineers, female engineers, or engineers to be. So hope to see you again in near future in a similar event.
Thank you very much.
This also goes to our audience, especially I thank
our audience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also, I want to take some final remarks from our IEEE Turkey Women in Engineering chair, Simay Akar.
Thank you so much, Kardan, and thank you so much for all of you, dear leaders and inspiring individuals. Actually, like who are really change, and who initiate many things. That is an opportunity to learn, inspire, and empower each other. So that was just a short time that we even shared a lot of valuable information and valuable thoughts. And we had the opportunity to hear from you. We have been privileged, and thank you so much for honoring us and giving us this opportunity. And thank you so much for your time. Before we close, I would like to just hear final words and just like advices from everyone, every each one of you.
Okay.
So may
Who wants to go first? Jen?
My advice would be something I included in a recent post I did with my appointment as WIE chair, and it is that do it, and if you are afraid, do it afraid, but do it. You will learn, you will get the tools, and you will recognize where do you have to be stronger and work on that. But don't be afraid of the challenge.
Good. Okay. Okay. I'll go next. As far as I'm concerned, I find that rather than going through the beaten path, take a new innovative path which will actually bring you to a wonderful height. That is what I believe in. And unless otherwise, we have a role model, and we can find role models everywhere. Unless otherwise we find a role model and get their advice, we may not be able to reach where we want to. So get a role model, find an innovative path, sustain it. Thank you.
I think I can go next, if you don't mind. So my advice for the organizers will be keep doing things like this. It was amazing to see. But for the rest of people who are listening, for the audience, I will say keep doing things like this. Try to participate in this type of things. There's a big difference between being engineer or working in technology and being member of one professional organization. But there is a even more huge difference between being a member and being a volunteer. Being a volunteer is what is really rewarding, what is really gives you this unique view of everything. So that will be my strong recommendation to everybody. Volunteer to do things, volunteer to help, volunteer to bring new ideas, and help others at the same time that you help yourself.
Okay, I will go next. So, okay, so now we are not yet free from the difficulty of COVID-19 pandemic, and it is not easy to see all of you physically, but now virtually, so we can be united. So I believe it is very important to be united virtually. So therefore, I believe we can conquer this as long as we are together. So therefore, I really thank all of you, and let's work together and keep safe, everyone. Thank you.
So I will go probably next. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I would just almost everything was said already, but I will say trust yourself, believe in yourself, be confident. Confident is very important, no matter what accent you speak with, or no matter how you look like, no matter what age you are, be just confident and believe that you can offer. And this is what I would like to emphasize. Don't wait that somebody will invite you or somebody will. Just if you have vision, if you have something to offer, You can always mobilize people, and you can always find people who will share the same vision, who will share the same goals, and will help you. This is what is my definition of leadership. Mobilize and tackle challenges, and don't be afraid. This is what I will learn in Poland when I grew up. Never be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just do it, as it was said. And IEEE is just terrific place. You will find cross IEEE so many supporters. You will convince them that what you do, like Lisa did. Lisa convinced, Lisa found sponsors, Lisa found people who joined her, and she convinced that what she believes is right for everyone. And the most important, be supportive for each other. And this comes from my experience, my age, and so on. Be supportive, no matter what. Be supportive for each other. Only together we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And lastly, we will be very honored to hear our president and CEO, Toshio Fukuda-san's word to close, before closing. Toshio-san, you're muted. Okay. Yes. Now we can hear you.
You want to try it again?
Not yet. Oh. Maybe I'm muted still.
Now.
I'm muted.
Okay. Thank you. It's my really great pleasure and honor to join you today in this summit. I'm very, very happy to see that. Today it's a midnight, so I try to send a message, but it's better to join you virtually. Takako-san also is the same time zone anyway. As Antonio-san mentioned, bring a new idea. That's a kind of idea. Antonio said already, well, he bring a new idea. Then we can talk, we can collaborate, we can cooperate, communicate together, do that some together. That's a kind of good thing. As I mentioned from the beginning of the year, or even from my leadership, while we are in IEEE, we are asking people, the young people, why you are joining IEEE? Make a small community, enjoy your community, make your community bigger, bigger. That's a kind of nice to work together. That's a good thing. And IEEE is a kind of good, give us such a good platform for us. That's internationally, okay? Not only is your kind of country-wise, globe, it's a kind of global thing, and that's a kind of way that I have enjoyed such a kind of a thing, particularly creating a new community. That's I like it. So you have a very nice kind of a community here. Make more kind of enjoy your community to make for your own career. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And well, we are almost at the end, so this is actually not the end. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this Empowering Women Summit 2020. Why I'm saying this is not the end, because we are passionate volunteers, so we will keep up the good work. We will keep inspiring each other, empowering each other, and taking new initiatives, as you all highlighted, be role model to each other, and we will see each other again and again by every opportunity. This is just the end for now, just for this event. Thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For
Thank you.
our audience,
Well, I'm officially
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
this is the end
Mama-san,
of our closing
Miniko-san. Bye-bye.
ceremony and also the
Bye.
Aka-san, bye. Okay. Antonio, Face-san, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
さよなら。
お疲れ様です。
so this is the end of the session.
Okay.
We're